Hello ladies and gents, and welcome back to another movie review, as today I will be reviewing one of my most anticipated films of the year, Godzilla vs. Kong, which is directed by Adam Wingard and stars Rebecca Hall, Alexander Skarsgård, Millie Bobby Brown, and a few other folks, and it's about, after a long pause to their rivalry, Kong and Godzilla fight for dominance over the monsters. Okay, so going into this movie, like I just stated, it was one of my most anticipated movies of the year, and after watching it, it was quite the exciting movie. I also love how they just treated this fight between Kong and Godzilla as like the finals to March Madness. I mean, I thought that was just a brilliant idea. Now, there is probably more monster action in this film than any of the monster movies to come out to date, and I love that. The monster on monster action is fabulous in this movie. Boy, oh boy, was it great in this picture. I mean, just thrilling, exciting. The final battle will just pump adrenaline into your veins. I mean, I'm doing this review at 2 o'clock in the morning. Okay, 1 hour after, after watching Godzilla vs. Kong. That's how exciting and how much blood it just pumps inside of your body. It is fantastic. And something that the MonsterVerse has always been best at is final kills, and that is no different here in Godzilla vs. Kong. There is some brutal deaths with these monsters. It is just awesome. Now, you may also be wondering, do the human characters get better in this movie? And the answer to that is no. I mean, the human characters overall are pretty forgettable. There's actually this one character in here that reminded me a little bit of Pedro Pascal's character in Wonder Woman 1984, and that character that reminded me of Pedro Pascal's character here in Godzilla vs. Kong is basically the definition of a forgettable character. And you may also be wondering, well, you weren't a big fan of the human characters in King of the Monsters, and you weren't really a big fan of that movie overall. And here you are saying that you weren't that the human characters aren't great in Godzilla vs. Kong, but you enjoyed the movie. Well, you see, both of these movies are very different. Because in King of the Monsters, you spend practically that entire runtime with the human characters, even in the big battle scenes. And it also felt like there was more information and exposition being shoved down your throat in King of the Monsters than in Godzilla vs. Kong, or at least it felt like it. And in Godzilla vs. Kong, yeah, you do spend a good amount of that runtime with the human characters, but there's also a monster in basically every scene of the movie, and there's more of the runtime in Godzilla vs. Kong is focused on the monster action compared to King of the Monsters, and it's also primarily focused on the monsters during the fights rather than the humans. And that's what this movie is. Awesome monster action. Don't expect, obviously, any Shakespeare from this, and if you are, then you probably shouldn't go and watch it, but if you're me, definitely go and watch it, because you'll have a great time. I mean, the last movie that had my blood pumping like this was probably Rambo: The Last Blood, which, you know, that's not too different from Kong vs. Godzilla or Godzilla vs. Kong. And overall, I'm going to give this movie a 3.75 out of 5 Fernies. Had a total blast with this movie, and I just want to see it again. But with that being said, tell me down in the comment section below of what you think of Godzilla vs. Kong, and don't forget to like and subscribe, because that is very important. You can also follow me at the One Man Crew on Instagram, or at AD the Movie Man on Letterboxd or Twitter. And as always, in every single video, look out for the next video or review. And peace.